right, welcome to another installment of the Fragments of Silicon reviews. Going out on a Monday because of Mother's Day. It's like sometimes this happens for one reason or another. I think this is the first time we've ever had to delay a broadcast because of Mother's Day. I guess everyone had things to do this past Mother's Day.
Such is life.
True enough. And as always, we have 4 reviews for the evening. The first of which is Beatbuddy, Tale of the Guardian. Awakened from his slumber, Beatbuddy journeys through a lush, hand-painted environment on a quest to save his companions and his own immortality. Beatbuddy interacts with the living, breathing environment that pulses to the beat of an original soundtrack, aiding him as he unlocks new paths and solves puzzles. Now, I'm sure that the temptation here is to call this a puzzle platformer, but it's not a platformer. Just because a game is side-scrolling doesn't necessarily mean it's a platform. A platformer, involves, either platforms or platform-like things, like cliffs or, insert thing environment here, and, jumping. And the thing with this game is it's entirely underwater. So you swim.
It seems to me more similar, like Insanely Twisted Shadow Planet, only less Metroid elements and more like actiony.
I suppose it's a bit more actiony, though there are light puzzle elements in the sense that, you got to get this weight over to this pedestal, and it sucks up the bubbles. And this gets challenged and more challenging and layered upon. It's honestly, the game it reminded me most of was the Detsuno no Starfy titles.
Yes, Starfy.
Or, another game that I don't think anyone might remember, Glowfish, came out a good deal ago. Anyway, my overall point is this is a side-scrolling puzzle game that has some rhythmic elements. I gotta admit, I was expecting the musical bits to be more than they are. Though I suppose with this kind of game, I'm not exactly sure how they would have integrated that. Because, you see the sponge. I forget what they call that. That's pulsing to the beat of the music. The music is playing for the audience, right?
Yes, it could be.
Good.
At least judging by the bouncing thing on the XSplit, or not XSplit, streaming apparatus. Yes. Yeah,
and you see these bubbles here? They're another beat puzzle. Not a deep one, but you do have to break when the bubbles are blue, and that's synced to the beat. So that's how the beats is integrated into this game, which is lighter than, say, a game I'm working on for this the next review session. Or, Guitar Hero.
Or like Hi-Fi Rush, for a more recent example.
Yeah. It's it's there, but for a game that's literally called Beat, but, it's got Beat in the name, I was expecting a bit more. I'm not complaining, though, since I'm not the biggest fan of rhythm games. As far as actual puzzle solving goes, like I said, it's more of a challenge getting from point A to point B than an actual noodle solving. You got to actually use logic to figure out a thing. If you want that kind of game, see last week's review. We covered a couple of those.
Or something Tears of the Kingdom just came out. Have fun with that.
True, but I'm just saying, if you're looking for an actual puzzle game, Can of Wormholes is probably more your style here. And if you're looking for, something with more musical integration, another Beat title comes to mind: Beat Hazard. Yeah. Also worth noting, no, you cannot add your own soundtrack to this.
Though you do have the option to buy the game's original soundtrack if you so desire.
Yeah, which is not a surprise given how much the game is emphasizing the music. Another bit of the musical integration is those Spinies and the snails are dancing to the beat of the music. In terms of actual gameplay, I believe Penny hasn't gotten to it yet, but there are bathysphere sections which do sort of move to the music. I say sort of because you can move freely, but yeah, here it is. This device here. It will be explained, but every second note, you hit the dash, you hit the button, and it will dash. It's a pretty light touch in terms of musical integration, but it is there. I suppose this, once again, this isn't necessarily a complaint, but it's like if you're really looking for, the music to be part and parcel of everything, yeah, it's not this game.
Yeah, you're looking for Hi-Fi Rush at that point.
Yeah. Or maybe Beat Trip rhythm, Beat Trip Runner.
Yeah.
And as far as the music itself goes, it's good stuff. A lot of indie jazz compositions and things like that. It was a bit unexpected. I was expecting more pure electronic music, techno, EDM, whatever we're calling it this week. But still appreciated. As far the graphical fidelity is pretty impressive, and yeah, the art style is also rather enjoyable. It's at its core, this is a very solid game. But really nothing beyond that. I don't know, it just felt like it never got out of second gear for me. And even though things started layering and getting more complex in terms of progression, it didn't hold my interest about midway through Chapter 2, and I stopped playing it. Yeah, another puzzle element is those bounce pads. They're, you've got to not here, but yeah, you got to figure out very basic angle mechanics here. Nothing that gets too complicated for my time. Yeah, and it's got collectibles in the form of crystals here. It's most are in plain sight, but there are some hidden crystals and big crystals. It's a bit of an extra challenge. And yeah, as I said,
I do like how when you line some of the like multi-angle pads, if they're lined up correctly, they both glow.
yeah, as I said, I won't say this game is so okay it's average, because it's not that. It is, it is on a proper 10-point scale. It'd be like a 7 out of 10, something like that. It's good, it's solid, but not amazing. It's probably why this game isn't all that remembered, because it's been around for about 10 years, but it's not whispered in the same breath as the cream of the crop of the indie elite, Braid or Celeste, what have you. That's okay. But that also means that this game isn't necessarily available on modern platforms. I mean, it's on Steam. But like, if you wanted to get this for the Nintendo Switch, I'm not exactly sure. I'm gonna have to do some live research here to see if this is on like the actual Switch, because it would have come out, Xbox 360, maybe Xbox One, like kind of era. Say nothing of like the Nintendo Switch. Steam. Yeah, let's see. I'm gonna have to look at the official site. Screens, awards. Yeah. Get the Ultimate Edition. It came out on iOS, Android, Steam, Wii U, and Xbox One. That's a fucking combination.
I guess theoretically it may still have backwards compatibility with the new series consoles then?
Yeah, but that does go to my point of how old this game is. It's got a Wii U tag.
I miss the Wii U.
That is not a sentiment I hear often. Because, no, the Wii U was a pretty bad console. And I'm not just talking about in terms of gimmicks. It's like, like load times were pretty bad too. Especially like the Wii U eShop compared to the Switch eShop. But, and also worth noting, like I said, this game came out in about like 2013, I want to say. So it's 10 years old. It's being reviewed here simply to fill a space, because like every so often a game will not work out for a review. In this case, the game I was reviewing stopped working. I don't know what happened, but it stopped working. And like even resetting the system wouldn't fix the problem. But
that's weird.
Yeah, it is. But it's fine and well enough, because I can say that this was definitely a better game. It's just mobile versions. If you want to pick this up for like your smartphone, it might not be there. Let me once again, I'm gonna have to do some live research here, because a game, a mobile game that is 10 years old may be abandoned, may be off the shelves, so to speak.
It may not work with current hardware.
Yeah. But it does look like they did put out a updated version of it, or No. That's a different Beatbuddy. Beatbuddy Friends Forever.
Oh man.
Okay. I'm not seeing the Beatbuddy game on iOS, Android. Yeah. Let's see. Oh. Okay. Yeah. Beatbuddy's on Google Play, so I'm going to assume that it's on iOS and just it's getting confused for this other Beatbuddy thing there right now, and I don't have the wherewithal to do a deep dive into that. And Beatbuddy should make for a good iOS / Android game, given the way you control it. Because once again, it's all swimming. It's just the only problem I could see there on a smartphone is that in the visibility problem. Yeah. You move with your finger, it blocks your avatar, kind of deal. That's something inherent to using a touchscreen.
But at least it doesn't have complicated controls.
Yeah. No, the controls here are very simple. You swim, you dash, and you punch. That's it. And you grab. I almost forgot that. Yeah, you use that for the puzzle-solving elements, such as they are. Anyway, so let's see. Zeroing in on pricing. I'm going to refer to the Steam version here. That clocks in at $9.99, basic version. And the collector's edition, which has the soundtrack, is $12.99. The soundtrack. Oh, sorry. And then there's the Ultimate Edition, which is got the Tales of the Guardian, Beatbuddy on Tour, Beatbuddy Tales Guardian original soundtrack, and Beatbuddy on Tour soundtrack. I'm guessing Beatbuddy on Tour is the sequel, spin-off, standalone expansion, something like that. Because I'm not seeing it as DLC here. And the Tales of the Guardian original soundtrack is $6.99. So, yeah, I'd say in terms of actual purchases, the collector's edition is the way to go. It's only like $4 more, $4 more. Yeah. As far as is the game worth $10? Yeah, I'd say so. I'd give it a recommendation for $10. Though you can probably pick this up like at a deep Steam sale, given the age of the game. Let me check the pricing on the mobile version, because if it's going to differ, it usually differs here for various reasons. And indeed it does. I'm seeing the Android version clocking in at $4.99, which is a bit of an ask for a mobile game, but I can respect that. From what I can see, there are no in-app purchases. So
pay once and it's yours.
Yep. And yeah, this game probably would be better on mobile, quite frankly. I remarked to myself when playing the game that this game felt very flowful, and I could see it working on a touchscreen well enough. Just, it would be a bit annoying with your finger in the way. Anyway, so anything further on Beatbuddy here?
Not that I can think of.
I think
All
I'm
right.
good.
All right, so yeah, that'll about do it for Beatbuddy Tales of the Guardians. Be sure to tune in after the break, as Petty will be reviewing Age of Undead.